Hey. Hey, everybody, welcome to the day after where we hit premature recordings because we're known for premature
I'm editing this.
ejaculation. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
can cut all of this out right
Yeah,
now.
let's
We can
keep it.
just
Let's
like
keep it. It's fun. We gotta, we have some personality. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying the new lighting. So, guys, let me know how it is
you got a spotlight on your face.
I don't. It's just. I guess it's the overhead fixture. I mean, I can turn the light off, but I was just like, let me try it. Let me see if I come a little bit more clearly and less fuzzy. But I'm glowing, just like my personality. So,
Jeez.
yeah, Howie.
Oh man. And then I'm wearing this hat. I never wear this hat, and like it's just the beak is massive, so I'm perpetually in my own shadow. So you're too bright. I'm in the shadows.
I'm glowing.
The
Like,
lighting's
I'm
just
glowing like Doosan right now. Well,
Oh man.
all right. Well, this is the day after. So this is just us having a friendly little fireside chat on what happened yesterday, and then maybe tease you some stuff because some stuff happened this morning as well. And we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I guess let's make the announcement here. If you have not yet heard, our new number 33, Thiago Jallo, it is confirmed. So, and you know what? I'll actually bring it up on the screen as well so you can see the official statement from Juve themselves. And yeah, here we go. So, unfortunately, it opens up in a PDF for the official statement. But I will read the official here for you. Anyways, agreement with Lille for the definitive acquisition of the player Jallo. In Turin, the 22nd January 2024, Juventus Football Club SPA announces that an agreement with Lille Olympic Sporting Club for the definitive acquisition of the registration rights of the player Thiago Emmanuel Mbalo Jallo has been reached for a consideration of 3.6 million euros, payable in 3 installments in 2024-25 financial year, with the addition of ancillary costs of 1.5 million. Furthermore, bonuses up to a maximum of 2.6 million are envisaged upon achievement of an agreed sporting objective and or conditions. Juventus and the player have signed a contract of employment until 30 June 2026. So we do the math. That is 5.1 plus another 2.6 is a 7.7
Overall contract or the salary and everything?
salary with bonuses and everything. So like, yeah, 7.7. Yeah, not a whole lot. Now there is an add-on from Agresti to this. He has actually signed. He has signed till June 26, but include with that 2-year option until 28. So there's an option there, which is interesting as well. So he didn't want to lock in long-term right away, I guess, probably for both parties.
I think so, right? Because with the amount, we've got 5 center backs currently, technically 6 if you want to count Hoyson. He's Juve owned, right? So he's not officially off the books. So you have 6 center backs. So I think it gives Juve some leeway if Jallo doesn't work out. If he does, cool. If he doesn't, you can move him. It's easier to move him per se. So it's really one of those things where it's just there's nothing really bad about this deal. Like there really isn't.
It seems pretty decent. And here's the official. If you guys wanted to read the mumble jumble for yourself, it's at the official Juve website. It's all there. It's all written out. So if there was any concern of the genuinity of this, did I make up a word there?
Nope.
Genuinity of this contract.
I think we're just used to pronouncing so many weird names that now it's just like something like that just kind of seems a little bit off the cuff.
I'm throwing myself off tonight.
Genuinity.
Genuinity.
Yeah, genuine. Just say it. Just genuine. Let's just leave it at that. Genuine.
This is the real deal right here.
Right there.
All right. So that, unfortunately, is the only news that has broken out Juve related post-match today. So while we transition in to the actual post match, or our thoughts on everything, you gotta like and subscribe. We were
Yeah,
supposed to tell you this 5 minutes ago and we
we
forgot.
don't.
So
We're terrible.
please do better than us and like and subscribe.
Well,
Do all the good
that's
stuff now.
that's because we anticipate our entertaining factor to really, pull you guys
Draw
in. They're just kinda like, "These
draw
guys
you.
are funny. Let me just subscribe by default. You don't even have to tell me
You're not
shit."
you're not supposed to call yourself funny though.
I didn't call myself funny,
Well,
did I?
yeah, in the third person you did.
Yeah, third person. That doesn't mean I'm
Accounts, you called it.
don't take this from me. Jesus. Uh Yeah, well, the funny thing about Giallo, when I said back then, I was like, the only way that that finishes is with Ranocchia getting sold, and, when Ranocchia got sold, like, 3 or 4 days later, this kinda kicked off and shut
Yeah,
down, so
it's just business.
awesome. I don't know, well, I'll kinda make my thoughts about the midfield in the actual game review, but, yeah, I just there's nothing really there, so let's get into Lecce, right? So,
Yeah.
Lecce,
We're getting
3
used to winning, aren't we?
it seems weird in a sense, right? And I don't mean it weird in like a bad terminology. Like, I'm not saying like, we're a lowly franchise and we're finally tasting the pie of success, but you and I have been calling this for a year and a half now, right? Almost 2 years. And I don't think we've ever really had consistent watch alongs where you and I have just been kicking our feet up and talking about goat
Chill.
milk,
Just being chill.
right?
To be
So,
fair, though, they were also they were talking about horses. Oh, and what was the other dumb thing? There was 2
yeah.
dumb things the commentators talked about yesterday. It's not just us. Paid professionals do this. It's just when we talk about other things, it's better than just random horses. I think they were on about, like, how Allegri has horses and racing horses and how, like, there's a horse race between Juve and it was real cringe. It was basically a couple of
You know,
old
you
old dudes.
you know what we call that? We call that reaching for content. That is what that is called.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It
So I'll
was
stop talking about it and we'll move on to the good content over here.
yeah, well, we won't talk about no horses, right?
No.
So let's look at the stats here. So Lecce with the ball. Again, Juve really creating a buttload of chances, 2.1. They actually outscored. Again, they have outperformed their expected goals. Kind of crazy when your strikers learn how to finish properly. You start doing stuff like this. 15 shots, 8 on target, 3 big chances. Still missed 2 of them. Uh, I guess at this point, it is what it is, right?
Was that one of those was probably the McKennie header?
McKennie's, yeah, the McKennie header.
I mean, that's good defending. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's nothing really you can do about that. Statistically, I don't really have much to complain about, right? There's a lot of good things, especially when you're looking at what we fielded. So you had
Mhm.
Miretti, Kostic in that entire
And
left side, which
yeah, I
was
mean,
just
I think that's where we're gonna get
garbage.
stuck tonight.
Yeah, Yildiz, despite what he's being rated, I just think what he is you're sacrificing Yildiz stats for Dusan to perform in a sense.
Mhm.
And that's what I've come to terms, right? Like, for example, you'll get, like, a lot of the things that Yildiz does isn't like a metric stat that you track, right? Like, for example, the touch that set up the goal, or the movement, or the pacing, or the spacing that he's able to create, the adjustments here and that. So it's like, obviously, like, when you're doing your out of 10 scale ratings on this shit, Yildiz isn't doing things that is quantified by the metric. And I'm not a big fan of saying, eye test is everything or the eye test is a metric, but Yildiz, ironically, is essentially being consumed by Doosan in a sense. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? But you're having the opposition's defense really try to close down on Yildiz or try to throw Yildiz off, which is just opening space for Doosan. Because, like, for example, yeah, the first goal, the volley was awesome. Dude was wide open. Like, had nobody marking him on that one.
So his first couple of games, he wasn't figured out yet. So he bagged a couple goals. Now he's getting marked, and he's the apprentice. Let's be honest. He's
Yeah,
still the kid in this situation. In reference to even Vlahovic, it was, I mean, barely just an adult himself. I think he just became an adult
prepubescent.
the past couple weeks.
He finally discovered what a hand job is.
So I mean, he's doing his apprentice work right now,
Yeah.
and it's good. It's good. He's just keeping quiet. He's doing it. You know what? You keep this up. Yeah, your stats might look like crap, but you open up the space for the rest of the team, and we continue to get score lines like 3-0. Absolutely. Next season, maybe we'll take her up a notch.
Yeah, right. I mean, right now Yildiz is playing on house money. There's no doubt about it. Like if anyone's sitting here expecting Yildiz to drop a 10 and 10 this season, you're absolutely out of your damn mind. Look, the idea is he's there to create space, occupy defenders, open up some space for Dusan so Dusan can get cooking. That is really the main objective. Don't fuck up and just assist in the flow of play. Not like, he's not expected to be the X factor, to take the game to the next level in a sense, or to be the guy. So for him, I think it's perfect. I have no issues with what's going on there with the Yieldy boy. Dusan again turning the page, and I don't care how. I just want Juve to sign Vanya or make Dusan sign a clause in his contract where he cannot dump Vanya whatsoever. Because it's just the confidence he has now with even attempting a volley like that, where back then I believe he would have fumbled the touch instead of hitting it first time.
That's
So
very 2024 of you, Dash. Contractual relationship.
New year, new me, guys. Look, I don't know, man. Whatever she's doing, whatever witchcraft or shenanigans, maybe the old Balkan mom innuendo is true, right? Because back then, like there used to be this thing, Balkan moms would always kind of mess with you and say, "Oh, you know what? I'll curse you, and if you don't do this, blah 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 blah." And it's funny because Dusan's mom wanted him to date Vanya for a very long time and was heartbroken that they weren't dating, and now she's happy. So Dusan has released the witch doctor Balkan mom curse. That is the supernatural. Vanya and Dusan's mom have brought Dusan back from the brink.
When
God, that'd be
you
so funny if
got
it's true.
both the ladies in your life firing, things are all right.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. As a Balkan myself, Balkan moms, they're very spicy. Very spicy. They especially, if you're your older son, or if like Balkan moms with their sons have some of the most unique relationships I've ever seen in my life. Like you'll see like 35-year-old dudes get pampered by their Balkan moms if they follow what she says. Like it is ridiculously babied. And I'm pretty sure we have some friends in Discord that can confirm that. But yeah, he's turned
Are
it
you
around,
saying
man.
Albanians are bigger mama's boys than Italians?
Oh, I would assume any Balkan country. Any Balkan country. It's not even just exclusive to me. Like it's
I can't wait
anyone.
for all the wops out there. It's like, no, I'm way more of a bitch for
No,
my
what
mom.
are you talking about? I love my mama more than I love her. What are you saying? Come on, man. No, it's maybe I don't know. Well, because Balkans, the Italians, the Roman Empire, the whole thing's there. I think there's always going to be intricacies of that. And holy shit, I just said something about the Roman Empire. It's like the
There you
first
go.
time ever.
You
Wasn't
see,
even
you
thinking it.
don't think of it, but you do.
I guess so, apparently, because whatever. Yeah, look, Dusan turns the corner. He's effectively made me change my tune in a sense where it's like, obviously, I'm not expecting him to bag deuces every week, right? That's not the expectation. But for him to take the game, turn the game around, or be that tip of the spear at this point right now, welcome to Juventus, Dusan Vlahovic. We've only waited nearly 2 years for this.
Yeah. Last year was a write-off. We understand.
Yeah, he was busy doing the orgy with the goalkeepers' wives.
Mm. Yeah, that got dug up again today for just randomly
I think
from
Vlad gave
Vlad.
that to us.
Of
Yeah,
course, it was from Vlad. He doesn't forget.
he never forgets.
That was during COVID too, wasn't it?
No, that was during the World Cup.
Was it?
Yeah, that was during the World Cup where that rumor
That was
came out, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden, Papalija injury, and I'm like, damn,
Right. Yes. Okay.
like holy
I
hell!
mean, they were
Like,
almost the same time frame.
is it just me? But is it just weird how Dusan has like rumors of him being just a mad sex machine, just swirling around? Like, does that not like make you chuckle a little bit? So like, man, this
What
Vanya
like
chick must be handling it well.
23-year-old footballer isn't though?
This guy seems like he's on the horny buzz all the time.
I think it's because he's got a chastity belt on from Vanya. The
Either that
tattoo.
or this dude, he is just a pure machine of pure intimate sexual desire.
No, no, it's the woman.
I don't know. Hey man, when McKenny slapped him, he kind of liked it. He might be into a kink.
That's
Do you see the
why
slap?
I
Oh, there's a
didn't. But
oh, there's
still,
a
that still proves the point that it's the woman. It's all the
yeah,
woman.
I think so. Well, it was like because they were doing for Keen, like who has the messiest locker room, and they're like taking votes, and it was between McKenny and Keen, and then Dusan was like, Wes is the messiest because like Dusan when he speaks English, he sounds super zesty, and I don't mean that as like it's just like listen to Dusan speak English. It's like super zesty. It's kind of funny. Wes is the best. Wes is the worst. And then like Wes, like you hear Wes on the other side. What'd you say? You're the messiest. And then Wes comes in. No, bro, what are you talking about? What did you say? And then like Dusan kind of backs and changes his tone. He's like, no, Keen is the best. And then and McKenny takes off his glove and slaps him across the face with it.
Awesome.
And he just kind of took it. He's like this. He's like,
I mean, there were so many videos that came out from that. I stopped. And of course, the dog's coming in with a squeaky
the
toy.
squeaky toy.
Are you kidding me?
That's just narrative. That's just poetic narrativeness right there with the squeaky toy. I kind of want to see if I can find that clip so I could show you, but I don't know if that's going to be around right now. Damn.
Don't worry, there's copyright and things. I'll doom scroll through Instagram and not find it and regret ever even looking.
So moving on from Doosan as we squeak on by, Cambiaso and McKenny just absolutely show why those two need to play next to each other all the time, every time, without a doubt. I just those two are the main drivers of the entire squad's offense right now until that left side can sort its shit out. But it's at this point, it's just like it's those two. Like those two are hands down one of your most important group of guys. And welcome to the Turn Giants, where we have.
Oh my god, my wife's phoning me. The dog's squeaking. Like, because there no
Like,
peace
it's
in
everywhere.
this house.
There's no peace. I guess we should just not pick 5:30 on Mondays to film for some reason.
This has never been a problem.
I know. Well, it's like you had people move by. I had people move by. Everybody's moving by, and it's just kind of like, okay, all right, fine. But moving on from that point, I think McKenny Cambiaso, great game, as well as Gatti. I think Gatti is just awesome to support those two at the edge there, where he's able to form that really cohesive unit, and they're able to attack on the right. My only concern that I have with that is that other teams are going to try to counter it. Lecce tried throwing their entire squad practically on that side of the pitch, and Juve did get through with it. I mean, they do have the quality to get by. I just, for me, it's very concerning is once you start playing higher quality teams or they scout a little bit better, they're essentially going to be expecting it or they're going to be waiting for it. So I'm hoping this left side, because not saying Moretti sucks, but it wasn't the greatest game from Moretti, because right now you've got everyone from Cambiaso, McKenny, Locatelli playing well. I still don't understand how Kostic has a 7.4 here.
Because he dribbles the ball up.
Like I thought he was woeful, but yeah, look, I think with Rabiot, I think my concerns get ailed, but Kostic, I don't know, man.
He does well enough. Moretti just is not strong enough. And when there isn't a physical presence there, then Kostic gets overwhelmed because Moretti just gets overpowered, pushed aside, and it's like, okay, we got Kostic now too. So at least with Rabiot, Kostic is given a little bit more to run into, a little bit of freedom, lack of pressure, if you will. And just with Moretti there, it was bad. It was just bad all around as a result.
And like people need to understand, we're not trashing Moretti saying that he's a terrible player. Like that's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is say that this boy needs to start eating some chicken and broccoli. He is getting tossed.
I mean, if you want him to get bigger, you got to do better. Chicken and broccoli means you're trying to lean out and get muscle. No, he needs to go on the Mac diet, like whatever Mac was on. couple years back, that's what he
Cheeseburgers?
needs.
Cheeseburgers and
Yes,
Chipotle.
essentially.
Look, yeah, and that's the same problem Sule is gonna have when he comes back too. That without a doubt, that is gonna be an issue because we have a bunch of youngsters, and same thing with Yildiz. Like, Yildiz is getting physically harassed. So it is not just a Moretti exclusive issue. You can say the same thing for Illing too. When you have a roster of little boys, they're gonna be thrown around by the big boys. Because if I can't stop you defensively with technique, I'm gonna bust your ass. So, yeah, get some.
It is unfortunate, and I mean, Keane bulked up quite a bit
He did.
over the past couple years, and it did take him a couple years, honestly, to really bulk up.
Yeah, isn't so speaking of Moisey, I believe his move to Atletico is imminent. Medical is scheduled for Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, apparently. Um, kind of a cold trail. There was nothing really popping today. So I don't know if these are just old rumors trickling
Well,
over from pregame.
what about what German Dave told us about Bayer Leverkusen?
Yeah, so that was coming from a German source. That was
Oh, that's
the
what's coming from that side of the world. Oh, sehr
yes, that
gut.
guy, why can't, German reporter. I'll think of
Oh,
his name.
German reporter. Okay, so what he say? He says that they are looking to bring in the Moise Kean to replace the Victor Boniface because he is hurt until April/May. Interesting. Though I would love if that was the case, though, because if he goes to that team, he is definitely getting touches.
Yeah, and Vlad, man, do I need to look at this now? Something about Vanya.
He did. He posted a Vanya appreciation post. I have it open because I was trying to read Dave's thing for Boniface at Sky
Jesus.
Sports Germany. Look, because the reason why I'm kind of looking into this with a little bit of credence into it because Dave told us. Because like David tends to know what's credible on the German side of things. So David's kind of like, hey, look, I don't think this will happen, but I think it might be something interesting to peep at. So there's a possibility. If he goes to Leverkusen, I would probably rate a loan at Leverkusen higher than a loan at Atletico Madrid, especially if he's going to replace Boniface,
Yeah,
because he is going to get touches. Like, he will get plenty of touches there.
he might
They
do
don't
all
really
right there.
they don't play defense in Germany. So he's gonna have all the space and all the time in the world to work on his finishing. Because what's the biggest issue we've had with Moise Kean, right? Finishing ability.
Mhm.
So
Well, for strikers until recently.
yeah. So once he goes in there, hones that in, I think it's gonna be a plus, right? Like there's not a negative that goes into that at all. So I think that benefits him perfectly. So whether it's Atletico or whether it's Bayern Leverkusen, it's good all the way around.
Mhm. Well, hopefully things do work out. Again, we've always just wanted the best for him. So whatever it is, let's see it happen. Because he's not going to get time, barring injuries, honestly. So I mean,
Yeah.
pubalgias are cured, lower back pains are cured.
All because of Vanya.
Mhm. Yildiz is apparently too young to get broken. I hope.
I know. Damn youngsters.
He's outlook not great at Juve at the moment. So absolutely let him move on, even if it's 6 months, 18 months. I don't know if that's long. 6 months I'm okay with, and then we'll see what happens if we go to this supposed 4-3-3 or variant.
You make it sound like it's taboo. You're just like this
It's
supposed
just so
4-3-3.
speculative. Yes, it is taboo.
He's
It's
like,
strictly taboo.
4-3-3. Dave, you've succumbed to mediocrity of the 3-5-2. Because I remember, oh my goodness, I remember when you and I first started working together. 4-3-3, 4-3-3, and I
I
was like,
still like it.
oh,
I
this
still like
four
it. I
three
just
three.
don't believe it. I've been burned for years, and I've resigned myself for never seeing it ever again.
There's an old Balkan saying about that, right? Where you've been burned before that you blow even on ice cream. So the old saying is you've burnt your tongue on hot soup so many times that when you even take a spoonful of ice cream, you still blow on it. Yeah.
I
Boom.
bet you it sounds better in your
It
language.
sounds better in the language. It's not me just speaking English about it. He's like, you go in and you take the soup, eh? You take the hot soup, you burn the shit out of your tongue, and then it's like now you just have trust issues, so you even blow on ice cream, and it's not good. Okay, it's terrible. It's not good, my friend. Yeah, I could do it in Albanian, but people would just look at me. What the fuck's he saying? Except for Jeff, you'd understand it. Then no one, because probably Jeff and I are from different regions. Will be like, what the fuck kind of dialect is Dash talking in?
By the sounds of it, your 35-year-old ass eating ice cream gets it cooled down by your mother.
Yeah, our mother. No, it doesn't get cooled down by our mother. It gets brought out to us by our mother.
Yeah, and cooled down and
Spirti,
fed.
what they call it, spirti mamit in the Albanians. That means mom's heart.
Oh boy,
Yeah, I'm telling
you
you,
guys are
man. Like,
weird. You guys are weird.
hey, you say that, but like that's just free babysitting, bro. Like, you imagine if I pop some mini dashes out there, phone call away, hey, Balkan Mama, you got this for me? I got to go do some shit. Absolutely, I take care of grandbabies for you.
So is that why you still live with your mother in case you get a girlfriend?
Oh, absolutely. That's the game plan. Yeah, guest suite, all yours. Oh, man. That's every Balkan dude. I don't give a shit. If you hear a Balkan dude that says, I'm staying states away or countries away from my mom, that is 100% bullshit. Either that or they're FaceTiming her every fucking day.
Yeah.
There is nobody can deny the fact that there is an attachment an attachment issue with Balkan boys and their moms. Like the fact that Dusan's mom was on that article that we read on the Tinfoil Hat Show confirmed every speculation I had in my mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're Macedonian or if you're Serbian, if you're Montenegrin, if you're Croatian, if you're Kosovan or Albanian. All of you have Balkan mommy issues. Straight across the board. I love how we
if
got
this was a
derailed.
Sam and Ammo show, this would be called mommy issues.
He's like, you don't want to get accosted by your mom. So what's going to happen here is like, essentially, you have this entire region that is subsequently attached to their moms. It's just like, it'd be like that. Cause you know how Sam, the thing I love about Sam,
they might get a piece of him on Wednesday.
we might, if he's available.
I think he is. He said he's coming. I'm holding him to it.
Is he coming or is he coming?
Well, it's still Wednesday. I mean, he doesn't have to come right away.
Yeah, just a couple strokes. Did you tell him we'll bring Vanya on the show?
Right. Is that what's going to get him going? I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, look, the best part, like the best Sam Adamo is the Sam Adamo where he's just like, he's like this. He's in this position. So let me adjust my mic for it. Like it's going up instead of it coming down. Where he's like this, he's leaned into it and he's got his sunglasses and he just starts cooking. He's just like, I'm talking about something here and it's just gonna be like this, and then it's Silvio Berlusconi this, and then apparently prostitutes and hookers over here and blah 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 blah. And then boom, I like calcio, Forza Italia. Like that's Sam's best work is like when he just sits there and just cooks for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, it's a slow day when we're just imitating somebody else's podcast, which actually has way less subscribers than ours.
Well, I mean, he's a stand-up comedian. The guy's awesome. I love the guy.
Check out the Bordello anyway. See what he's all about if you have not already.
When he hops on like the Juve or the podcast that Farhad and them do, I think he's hands down the most entertaining guy of the panel.
Oh yeah,
hands down.
Oh yeah,
hands
I
down.
enjoy it.
It's a blast.
I enjoy how he derails things.
I know. Well, I mean, everybody loved it last time because he hopped on the one last week and everyone was telling me, like, dude, Sam's freaking hilarious. You need to put him on the Tinfoil Hat Show. And I'm like, I'm trying. We're trying.
Jeez, I can't make up other people's schedules for him.
I know, right? It's people think that we just go in there, we kick his door down in Montreal, and we're like, hey, next Wednesday, 5:30, get your shit together. Let's go.
I try not to go to Montreal if I don't have to.
I know. The only spot I would go to is Quebec City.
No, Montreal is not bad. I have a sister there. Like, I would go. I have gone. It's just, do I have to? No. No, Montreal's great. If you're going to come to Canada, don't go to Toronto. It's trash. Go to Montreal, Quebec City. Go to the French spots. Or you know what? Better yet, just save your money and go to France. I mean, you're just going to get the better experience. Let's be honest. It's like you can go to France or you can go to watered down Canadian France. Which one would you choose?
Neither.
All right, Dash ain't going to France.
No. Well, speaking of France, did you see the Farmers' Rebellion recently? Like at their government buildings?
I heard of
We'll
something a
get
few
into
months
some
ago. Is
more.
there they going again?
We'll get into some more Juve talk. We'll preview the next stuff as well, the
For
upcoming stuff.
sure.
'cause we
It's
do have
clearly
input.
a light. It's a light.
It's a lighthearted
This
show.
is a short one.
If
It's
you
okay.
comment on here and saying these guys aren't talking about Juve, this
Nobody's
is not
saying
the
that,
show.
Dash. We scared them all away.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If you've made it this far so far, a year and a half into it, but come on, you guys want to be
What are
entertained.
you still doing here?
Why are you still here? So apparently, so in France, they were doing the government intervened with farmers saying that you have to sell stuff below market value. So the farmers were taking a loss on items or on stuff they produced. And what all of these farmers did, and again, someone could probably know about this better than me, and they could comment on this because Germany was also included as well. So, German Dave, I also nod to you as well. So, these farmers, in their absolute pettiness, took all of their tractors hauling manure to these French government buildings and was launching them at the buildings, at the government buildings. I guess when the saying says nobody knows how to rebel better than the French,
No, it's true though.
there is credence to that. Because
It's
could
true.
you imagine if people were protesting Donald Trump or Joe Biden by hurtling cow shit at the White House? That would be hilarious.
I mean, the French started the modern revolution.
The French are the kings of the revolution at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you disgust me, so I hurl shit at you. Mon chéri, I don't like it how you do the prices, so I'm going to hurl all of the shit of the cows that you cheaped me out. So there you go. There is your full value of your product.
Well, you
Merde.
know what's interesting? Because we're gonna have a bit of a language lesson now, since we're talking about cow shit. France or French and Italian have the have the same term for inter, and it's merda.
Merde.
It's the same in both language.
I know.
So it doesn't matter which country you're in. Inter is still the same. Merda is the same shit. Shit's shit, man. You can't change it. You are what you are.
I found the video, Dave. Shall we share it?
Sure.
Oh, wait. No, this is not. This one's not as active as the last one. I found it was a short. Ah, that's disappointing. Oh, I guess so. It happened. So apparently there's another one. Oh, there we go. Sprays manure on government buildings in protest. Okay, so this is on this is a Facebook video.
Oh, gross.
I know. It's like that was their like response to like YouTube. All right, so we've got fed up French farmers spray manure on government buildings on protest, and as you can see right there, they're spraying hay and manure.
Oh,
and
they're
that
just
is
shooting it out.
Yeah,
that's smart. They're mulching it. Oh, and
yeah,
that's gonna decompose so quick. That's amazing. I love it. Farmers are smart people.
Shit, if Moise Keane's dad wanted to transfer, go to fucking Paris. He's got all the New Holland tractors and everything.
It's brilliant. Good for you, France. Doing it right.
Like, I'm not showing the video. I'm just showing snapshots of it. But yeah, so for several weeks, French farmers have been expressing their anger throughout France in the face of the normative and fiscal inconsistencies, in the face of absence of clear and restructuring vision for French agriculture. You know, it's funny. I think this is Dijon. So, as our Americans say, Dijon mustard. But Dijon, yeah, they are just saying fuck it. They've got like all these tractors, like it's literally like a convoy of tractors just spraying shit all over the place, and I just think it's hilarious. It's hey, kudos to those guys. It's freaking funny. But yeah. Apparently there's this like royal decree, like the French laws have like this decree. It's like 49.3, and it's like a royal decree that like gives the government absolute say on some stuff. And like the French people are like, the last time we had someone with a royal decree, you know what we did to them? We put them in the guillotine, and
which is also a French invention.
Yeah,
for revolutionaries.
revolutionaries. So it looks like we're
Oh,
about to
man.
get another French invention. This time it involves a lot of cow shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Just search your own country. Just leave us alone. I don't care. Smelling
Yeah,
like poop.
but you just gotta. I have to give them a nod, man. It's just creative. Like it really
I mean,
is.
they work with this stuff every day, right? They're probably just getting drunk there on their delicious homemade cellar wine that they, underneath the barn where they store it.
I kind of want to know, like, who came up with the idea of, hey, we should just take all of our manure and our mulch and just hurtle it at them. Like,
Yeah, actually, no, because that's how you would turn over like that. That's a lot of nutrients, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like that's something that they would do on a regular basis. It's like, hey, they were probably like again in their basement cellar smelling like manure because they were shooting it out of their tractor all day to turn the land over for the next crop, refertilizing the land naturally is what they were doing. And they're like, you know what? If I save a couple barrels of those. Here, like oh, I got an
hey, I
idea.
got a good idea. We're gonna throw some of these at some fuckers. Give me the barrel. Oh man, yeah, we've turned into an entire government podcast. But speaking of merde, Fede Chiesa. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh
kidding.
boy,
I'm kidding.
just shitting
Now
all
that's a
over him.
transitional piece. Wow, I just absolutely merded on him.
Yeah, that
Uh,
wasn't very nice.
no, I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Federico stands or Fede. Someone had the audacity to correct me. He's like, it's Fede, not Fede, white guy. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I'm sorry, man. Whatever.
Yeah, because it's Federico, not Frederico.
Okay, from here on out, I will call him Fede Cheese. Okay, so Fede Cheese. Looks like he did not sustain any actual like injury to his knee. His knee swelled up. So we don't know when he's coming back. Some are saying he might come back for Empoli. Some are saying he might come back in February. So fortunately for him, Feta Cheese is now on the verge of becoming Paulo Di Bumla at this point. It's disappointing. You have a aspiring prospect, someone that came in, lit up the scene, and just never came back the same, unfortunately. So not here to write him off. I don't think that's fair to write him off, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
we just got to monitor, see. I mean, maybe he comes back. February's not that far away, but yeah, it's still not. It's not what you want to see from him.
No,
It's concerned. We're all concerned.
we are.
We want him
We're
to get
quite a
better, and he's not. And we have. I mean, June's going to come quick, essentially.
question is this: who comes back first, DeCilio or Chiesa?
The Shilio should be back.
That's what I'm saying. They're projected to come back now.
I have no idea.
Oh, that'd be
Oh
hilarious.
man.
I think I'm concerned though. We are going to be out Rabiot possibly until the beginning of February, which is like a week or two.
I mean, when he gets injured, he just gets like he's
It's a
gone
mu-
for a couple
it's,
weeks.
yeah. I think it's a shin injury. It's like a bone injury or something. But so this is kind of the next thing, and this might actually round us out to the end because I think I could stall for 12 minutes.
Don't like nobody says it has to end at a certain point, Dad.
I
We
want to
make
give
the
them.
rules.
That is true. That is very true.
I should just hit the button now and
You
screw
just
you.
hit boom and it's a loud ass siren. All right. Anyways, maybe they heard me
Well,
talk about the
Detroit.
French.
That's Detroit for you guys.
That is Detroit. I mean, Lions did one against the Bucks, so everyone's either having a lot of sex or super drunk. One of the two. With Rabiot, so I mentioned this back then. I was like, I think we need a midfielder just in case Rabiot goes down. And everyone's like, oh, that's blasphemy. Rabiot is a superhuman. He can play 38 games nonstop. Yeah. Well,
He could if he didn't get injured.
he could. Touche. Fair enough. I mean, everybody could play 38 games if they didn't get injured, except for Fajoli. He just has gambling issues. What the hell's going on out there?
Are there aliens?
I guess
Are
so,
there
man.
aliens at the
It's like
mall?
Detroit wins 2 playoff games, and you guys lose your goddamn minds. Like, what the hell? Like, people were lighting off fireworks. Everyone was like stampeding the city last night. Shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that
But
was just so. How does this work? You still got like a whole bunch more games to play, don't you?
just one more. We're in the NFC Championship game. You won that one. You go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so that's 2 more games.
In theory, yes.
Okay, so relax. Still a
Yeah.
couple games to go.
Yeah, exactly. Just relax. Save the orgies
Yeah.
for Vegas after Vegas when they
This
win.
is like Inter cheering that they won the Super Cup,
Copa.
even
You know,
though
this is
they were man up for half an hour and still only won 1-0 against trash Napoli.
Oh my god! Yeah, they're
And
like Simone Inzaghi won 3 Supercoppa Italians. Let's suck them off. That's all I was seeing. Oh man, that was hilarious because they're like Simone Inzaghi is a master of the Italian Super Cup, and it's like, guess what, guys? Nobody cares.
oh my
Oh
god.
man, yeah, that's hilarious. I don't know how I like it's. And who to get the red card? Fucking Simeone, like. Like, bro, why? You're a striker. What are you getting 2 yellows for? You goober?
Yeah, that's pretty silly, but it just shows where Napoli's
See,
at
this
as
was
well.
like this is honestly like this match was the definition of like which shit is not as shittier than the other. So it's like, for example, yeah, if Inter win a trophy, Inter can say, Supercoppa, we have a trophy. Yeah. Or like, for example, would you rather just see Napoli not win another trophy after the Scudetto? Like, it was like one of those 2 scenarios that you were juggling, right? Because like
Mhm.
the Neapolitan fans are just like, yeah, we're a dynasty, we're gonna be amazing, and Aurelio De Laurentiis, we won the Scudetto of honesty, and yada yada yada, and then it's just like just absolute nosedive, right? I kind of want
Oh,
to know.
I mean, they're trash collectors. That's it.
It is like this was hands down the final that was like the definition of the bottom of the barrel, like literally.
So did anybody watch? It was at a horrible time.
It was like
That's the other question. Like
1 o'clock our time or 2 o'clock
it was
our time,
2. Yeah.
2 even.
So that's my question now to the viewers, the listeners. Did you watch it? If you didn't watch it, are you gonna go and watch the replay? Even gonna watch the highlights? Do you care at all? Or is it just one of those things? If my team's in it, sure, I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah,
And I'll be happy if we win. And if we lose, it'd be like, well, that was a fucking waste of time.
The whole thing was a waste of time. The whole tournament was a waste of time.
Yeah, they were trying to expand it to get all this extra revenue and generate interest.
I mean, they got it, but Saudi was pissed because Milan and Juve weren't in it.
Yeah, they had false advertising.
They're like, bro, Habibi, what is this? What is a Fiorentina? I don't know. Is that a pizza? We eat a pizza, Fiorentine pizza. What is this? What is an Italiano? Habibi, what is this? What is this? Napoli? Is this Maradona? No, I don't know what this is. Lazio? What is Eagle? Fascist? What is this?
Oh,
What is
man.
this? Hara?
Well, I mean, there's a couple inaccuracies in that, but we won't dwell on that.
No, there's a lot of
There's
inaccuracies
no
in that one.
Fiorentine pizza. That's Fiorentine steak.
Fiorentine Benny's. Fiorentine pizza is like mushrooms and spinach. So, like, for example, if you get a Fiorentine Benny, it's literally the biscuit, and then it's sauteed mushrooms and spinach, and they put the egg on top.
Eggs Benedict is one of those things that you only ever eat if you go out for breakfast. And here's my thing.
Bougie. It's super tacky.
Here's my thing. By the time I put on my pants, get in my car, go to the restaurant, order my food, how long does it take to cook a fucking egg?
Eggs Benny doesn't take that long.
Like, put the pan on. You don't even have to put your pants on. They say don't cook bacon when you don't have pants on, but I mean, that thing you have to cook bacon. Just the egg alone. But if you want to put the pants on, cook some bacon, no big deal. 5 minutes, breakfast done. I mean, you're not even in the car in 5 minutes, waiting for your wife to put her makeup on for breakfast. It's like, It's
Oh, see,
ridiculous.
this is where you're gonna trigger people. You're gonna trigger people. Dave, it's not breakfast, it's brunch.
Yeah, okay, wake the fuck up. Let's go. I was up 6 hours ago. You wanna go eat now? Where the
You wanna
fuck were
go eat
you?
now? But Dave, I want mimosas and Bloody Marys and eggs bennies. Come on, like that's kind of I don't know. I've being in the
I think
restaurant,
it's ridiculous.
just like being in the restaurant thing. I don't know. I question it, right? Like I understand like a chicken and waffles or an omelet or a skillet. Totally get that, right? Totally get that. But like when someone's like, I want some mimosas and an eggs benny, I just kind of like what?
Basic bitch.
Or like morning egg rolls. I can't believe we
What?
made that item and we sell it. Dave, I could sit here and do like a 3-hour show on just stupid shit that's like servable for
Oh my
food and people
god.
buy it. Yeah, no, literally, it is scrambled freaking eggs. You have an egg roll wrapper, some American cheese, you flop the eggs on there, roll that bitch into an egg roll, and you deep fry it, and people buy the shit out of it.
Ridiculous.
It blows my mind.
I mean I mean, if you're gonna have a wrap of like a round tube something of egg, go for the breakfast burrito because that's actually pretty solid.
yeah, breakfast burrito. You want it's like half like an egg roll. You get 3 of them in our at ours. It's like each egg roll takes about half an egg, half a scrambled egg.
Yeah, it's
It's like
awesome.
you get a breakfast burrito. You get like 3 eggs with whatever meat you want in there, and that's I think
Oh,
it's
I
more
love
sad. It's
breakfast
cheaper.
burritos.
It's cheaper.
So
Well,
much
roughly about
better.
the same
Better
price.
for you probably because 'cause they're not fried.
And then yeah, what the eggs
No,
or the oh the burrito?
the egg
Oh
roll
yeah, yeah,
thing,
yeah.
they're
The
fried,
burrito.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh,
the
the burrito.
burrito's
Yeah,
better.
yeah. The burrito's just not. It's just yeah. It's just
Just the
skillet
tortilla.
eggs. I guess you could say you grilled the bacon or the sausage that because you chop it up into bites and you just fly it on the grill. But
Yeah.
yeah, that and then it's just like because it comes with like hollandaise sauce. That is something that really like kind of
That's
irritates the hell out of me.
weird. Hollandaise sauce is yeah,
I don't know. I just
it's different.
I make it straight from eggs, right? Like I go with the eggs, the vinegar, the butter, the whole shenanigans.
Yeah, which
Not
nobody else does.
yeah. They just get the dried powder. I get it.
Yeah,
I know.
which is like
Powder and water. Could you imagine if I said that to, like, consume like, "Oh my god, how what's your hollandaise sauce?" "Oh, it's dried egg powder and water." It just
but that's how most people make it.
I know, it
I've
is,
never
it
made it
is.
the real not that I've ever made any version of it because that why no, I'm not going through that trouble to eat, like, eggs with
Yeah,
basically jizz on top.
that's pretty much what that is. I love how I'm just absolutely dunking on the eggs Benny, but it is what it is. Like, look,
I
get
mean,
something
if I do find myself at a breakfast place, I'd be like,
I'm gonna
"Yeah,
order an
sure."
eggs Benny.
Like, I know in Vancouver, for instance, with salmon and capers, like
Salmon.
Benny with salmon and capers, and it's actually pretty good because it's fresh
Is it
Pacific
smoked
salmon.
salmon? Is it smoked or is it just straight up grilled salmon?
Well, it depe you can get different versions, but yeah, typically smoked, but
Yeah,
like a fresh smoked Pacific salmon.
smoked salmon is one of the best things you could get.
Oh,
Like,
it's so
hands
good.
down. It is so good. It's so
Yeah, so
underrated.
that's one of those things. If I'm out, like, and I've done that. I was in Vancouver. You're out drinking the night before. You need big all greasy breakfast. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's get one of these smoked salmon bennies.
Yeah, the one thing that surprises me is we don't sell that many smoked salmon bennies, compared to, like, just granted, we don't really sell that many because it's a blue collar town where the place is at, so it's
Yeah,
like, you're getting the skillets and that stuff. Don't get me wrong, Dave, you get a Belgian waffle iron and, like, the right kinda mix. Belgian waffles, man,
oh, I know.
best thing ever. Because
Oh yeah,
like
when if you again, it does come down to the mix. If
like,
you use that
this
box, the box
yeah.
stuff is yeah.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna tell you, folks. When it comes to a Belgian waffle, I'm pretty sure Oscar, because he's in Denmark, I think he could probably speak better for when it comes to the waffle business because that region there, Belgian, Denmark, that the Danes, those guys just are incredible with
And the
pastries or
Dane's
any
known for it
I would
Belgium.
say because they're
I don't know.
bakers, man. Like they've exported a
Belgium, I
lot of
mean,
good.
I don't know, you might be stretching that, but they'll let us know.
I could be.
It's
They'll let us know.
definitely big in, like, Belgium,
Like,
Netherlands,
Ho
and
the
France.
Netherlands, the Holland like, that
The Low
area there,
Countries.
those guys over there are just wizards when it comes to baked goods.
I was
Like
in Amsterdam, went for a waffle in the evening, and it was so good, I went back at lunchtime.
yeah, they are just wizards at it, and it's like so that's where we get the mix for our waffle is, like, an actual, like, distributor from Belgium because it's like the waffle mix has pre-mixed vanilla, like vanilla extract into it. Like the waffle is flavored with the vanilla extract. So it's like, it's good, or it's a good mix where you put it and then say, like, for example, if you want to experiment with it, you just let it sit for a minute. And if you can actually see like the vanilla distinguished through the actual batter itself, it is hands down one of the best batters I've used for waffles. Cause like I've gone to the stores here and grabbed just other shit, and it's just like the waffles are so plain. It's just terrible. But this powder that we use there, incredible. Like hands down incredible. Like I think we sell about like 40 to 50 waffles a weekend.
At the end of the day, it's always just better if you make it from scratch.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's places like you'll go to other breakfast restaurants and you can tell that that bitch was taken out, thrown in a toaster, or microwaved.
Like what they gave to Tejan there in Milan.
Frozen pancakes.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Oh,
I
that
knew it
was
was
terrible.
disgusting. I don't even have to put them in my mouth. It's gross.
Being in the restaurant industry has ruined going out for me. I can't, like, for example, I can't go out and eat without critiquing the food,
No, it's hard for
being
sure.
analytical of it. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, huh. Because, like, I go out a lot to eat, more so because it's like I go out for research purposes. Like, I
Yeah.
go out and I try a dish and see if there's something good there. Like, there's plenty of
I do
times.
that. Like, so how could I make this better?
Yeah, like, for example, Thai food, or, like, pad Thai. Like, I went to a different bunch of plethora of Thai food places, and I tried their pad Thai curry, and I'm like, "Okay, I need to figure out which one is the best one to try to recreate it." Or this one spot had a voodoo pasta, which really blew my mind. I'm like, "Why have I never thought of something like this?" It was literally heavy cream, red onion, some green peppers, a little dab of sriracha, let that shit go together, and boom, you have a spicy pasta, and I'm like, but it's a lot of interesting stuff
Yeah.
when it comes to that, and, I think we need to switch over back to Juve. Let's reel this back in.
Yeah, I mean, is anybody listening? Are we still here? Let us know.
No, are you still
It's like,
here? Timestamp it. We got a great crowd. They'll listen to it anyways. I could sit here and read manograms the entire time,
okay,
and
well,
they'll
you
still.
just talked about food for 50 minutes and I haven't had dinner yet. So, I mean, we
I
gotta we
I
gotta
kind of
finish this off one way or another.
let's finish her off. We don't wanna blue ball it. So, recapping or moving on now. So we've got Juve Empoli coming up at the weekend. Obviously, we'll do our more in-depth, analysis once we actually get to it. I think Juve should cruise. They're at home. Empoli, yeah, Empoli's in revitaled form, but I think the one thing, and I don't know if you saw it, is how Allegri has been trolling the shit out of Inter.
Oh yeah, of
Like,
course.
Maratta's comments about it was like, "Well, we need to, because Juve don't have any cup competitions and yada yada yada." And it's like, okay, cool. Like, Allegri has been living in these guys' head rent free for the last few months, and it's candy.
Hmm.
It's so candy.
I mean, like, how are you not an adult enough to just be like, yeah, man, that Allegri guy, pretty funny dude, and just like deflect to something else and move on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I think
easy.
it's funny.
But that means they're worried. They're scared. They're freaking out. They're shitting their pants. They're like shitting. Like when Inter shits themselves, it's like in a very literal sense of the word, right? Because Inter is shit. So when shit shits itself, they're literally shitting themselves. Double shit.
Yeah, well, did you see you watched the game, right? So, like, remember the Lautaro where he acted like he died even though he didn't get hit in the face?
Which that's every game. You gotta like be more
That
specific.
is very, very true. That is very true. No, there was the clip where, like, I think it was, Ostigard just, like, walks by him, and then Lautaro's just grabbing his face like he just got slapped. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a pure just chronological dive, but, I forgot to mention this, speaking because Inter is essentially 2 weeks away in theory, right? It's 2 weeks
Yeah.
away, February 4th. So, Gigius Juve, or Beppe, hi Beppe, said that, on his Twitter, he said that Çalhanoğlu and Barella will miss the game against Fiorentina, but we'll be back for
Yes.
Juve. Now,
That is the word on the streets. Yeah.
that is, That is interesting, right? Personally, I would rather beat them with Channelogo and Barella because then I don't have to listen to people say, "Well, you be playing." Like,
There's going to be an excuse regardless. What does it matter what the excuse is?
yeah, I bet you they're gonna say, "Hey, well, that's not fair. Dusan has Vanya, and Lautaro doesn't have anything." Gosh, man,
Lautaro's ugly.
he
He
looks like
doesn't deserve
fucking.
anybody.
He looks like Ernie yeah, it's Ernie from Sesame Street.
Mexican Ernie.
Yeah, Mexican Ernie. Or is it Bert? Which one's a tall one?
Uh,
Yeah, it's Bert. He literally like. Let me see if I can get the comparison.
oh man, here we go. And actually, you know what I should bring up? I found it hilarious too. Having a conversation at work today, and you know how I showed the NHL All-Star jersey look like bags of Doritos?
Yeah, here I found it. Oh, you're in for a treat. Do they not look the same?
No, yeah, they do. They're definitely the same.
Like look at that.
Definitely the same person.
I'm telling you, he's literally the Argentinian Bert.
Is he? I called him Mexican. I keep on doing that. I'm just screwing up everyone's nationality these days.
I know.
Like I just don't give a fuck anymore. It's like
every time
you're
you
Japanese, you're Albanian.
Every time you confuse Illing with Wea, I just laugh inside. Yesterday, oh man, look at Illing warming up over there. I'm like, you're like, fuck, it's Wea.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. 100%. I'm just screwing it all up.
Man, oh that's hilarious.
Well, hopefully nobody's listening anymore, so they don't know how racist I am. I'll try to find this quickly. So, anyways, at work today, I showed earlier in the week the NHL All-Star jersey, how it looked like bags of Doritos. Well, I showed that to my coworker today, and he's like, "It looks like Rockstar energy drink bottles." And lo and behold, as I'm bringing it up right now, they also look like energy drink bottles. Oh man.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And here, in case you missed it, there's the bags of Doritos.
Oh man.
So
hey,
good.
at least the NHL isn't as bad as the NBA. The NBA is absolutely atrocious. Like, what is the point of the regular season anymore? And the fact that you've got Europeans coming in and dominating the league just screams how much that league has fallen.
The last time I sort of watched the NBA was when the Raptors won the championship, but because they only care about fans from LA, it was at midnight and I was asleep because it was a freaking work night.
Yeah.
So, good job, NBA. All right, Dash. We know what to expect going forward then. A bit of a lighter week. Get to relax.
I think, I think this is going to be a lighter week, right? Like, not, looking past Empoli. I'm not doing that. Don't sit there, folks. But like, I think really the more pedal to the metal is going to come next week, right? Depending on like how the Fiorentina game goes, how we go against Empoli.
I was talking about our schedule, not Ubase.
Recording. Oh, that thing, right?
Yeah, this was a very egocentric comment I just.
Yeah, wow, Dave, way to be a douchebag. No, so right, what do we got? We got Wednesday, which is the tinfoil hat show, potentially with Sam Adamo. Potentially.
Better.
And then pregame. When is Empoli? Is it on? I just had it pulled up. I can't remember when we're playing them.
Saturday.
Saturdays. So we've got Friday where we're going to talk about it, maybe. And then Saturday we've got you solo for the watch along, unless you want to invite a buddy or two. Depends on you.
Let us know in the comments. Do you want me to bring A, fart hat, B, my left hand, or C,
Ellie the dog?
a post-it note of me scribbling Dash's face on the camera.
That'd actually be funny. That would actually be pretty damn hilarious. Like, because StreamYard will let you do 2 cameras. So could you imagine if you
I
had
could
one
do
camera with
this.
yourself and then the
I
second camera is
No,
just like,
like, this is not an empty promise. I can do this.
I would love, you know what? Out of pettiness, I want 3. I vote for option 3. I would love just if Dave just takes a picture of myself from one of these streams in this position, just freeze frame and just slaps it on there.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
Option 3. 1 vote for option 3, guys. Let us know.
It'd be better than.
Okay. On that note, Dash is he's done. We lost Dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm here to bore you for 2 hours. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning. I can't stop this. All right, ready? Compose
Pull yourself together.
All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Day After, where we recap a little bit of nothing really. We talked about Lecce, but there's not really much to talk about. So we talked about farmers, we talked about pizzas, we talked about a bunch of rather random shit just to keep you entertained. So do remember to check us out on Wednesday for the Tinfoil Hat Show. We'll have some crazy articles to react to. Join the Discord so you can send us some funny stuff that you want Dave and potentially Sam, myself, to react to. And guys, you give Sam a good article, Sam will cook for like 20 minutes nonstop. So send us some shit. And then catch us for the pregame on Friday. We'll do a watch along on Saturday / call-in show, and then we'll do another day after. And then we go to Interweek, which that is going to be a pretty intense week. So that one's going to be there. So let's just
your
enjoy.
Rubber boots ready, everyone. We're going to be walking through puddles of shit.
Yeah, grab your tractors and your manure because we're going to the Sun Zero.
On that note, everyone,